like these. I like the gray ones. They're okay. I like these, look. Aren't they so cute?
Baby, the internet just walked into another Chrisean rock situation wearing a helmet, carrying popcorn, and praying somebody in this family finally discovered a calendar. Chrisean was packing for a trip. Junior was beside her. Viewers started questioning one uncomfortable moment. And before anybody could process the footage, she casually announced that her son would either be with her or with his dad. Excuse me, his dad? Because Blueface has spent months treating the word father like an unwanted subscription he keeps trying to cancel, yet now he may suddenly become the trusted babysitter while Chrisean travels. This is not co-parenting. This is a WWE contract signing where every participant denies the storyline until the cameras start rolling and somebody needs a dramatic entrance. Meanwhile, viewers were zooming in on Junior's expression, debating the shoes Chrisean packed, and asking whether she noticed what they believed was a moment of distress. Nobody watching that short clip can medically diagnose what was happening, but the concern exploded because the scene looked chaotic, the answers stayed vague, and Chrisean appeared focused on preparing for the trip while the internet studied every movement like courtroom evidence. Now the biggest question is not simply where Chrisean is going. It is whether Blueface truly agreed to care for Junior, whether this was another last-minute possibility, or whether the entire arrangement could collapse before the luggage even reaches the airport. Because with these two, the plan can change faster than a Zeus reunion seating chart, and one missing piece may turn this travel update into their messiest parenting controversy yet. The mess did not begin with a screaming match, a police report, or somebody throwing a drink across a Zeus reunion stage. It started with luggage, tiny shoes, and one livestream that looked harmless until the internet pressed pause. Chrisean was packing for herself and Junior, pulling together outfits, hoodies, sneakers, sandals, and travel essentials while the room around her looked rushed and cluttered. To her, it may have been another chaotic preparation day, but to viewers already watching her parenting under a microscope, every item became evidence. Within minutes, a simple packing session transformed into a full-blown public trial. The first wave of concern centered on the shoes Chrisean selected for Junior, because several viewers questioned whether ordinary sneakers were appropriate for his needs. She mentioned Yeezus, Air Forces, sandals, and different color options with the confidence of somebody building a miniature airport fashion week, while critics focused less on outfits and more on comfort. The reaction host went further, claiming the footwear could hurt Junior and invoking a specific treatment method, but the footage did not prove a diagnosis or show any medical professional speaking. That distinction mattered, even though social media had already chosen outrage over caution. What made the moment explode was not just the shoes. It was the atmosphere surrounding Junior while adults continued their conversation. At one point, viewers noticed his expression and began debating whether he appeared uncomfortable, overwhelmed, tired, or distressed. The reaction creator framed it as a possible episode, but no short clip can confirm what a child is experiencing, especially when the audience lacks medical context and cannot see everything off camera. Still, the visual triggered concern because people believed Chrisean did not respond quickly to the cues they thought they saw. The live stream stopped feeling casual and started feeling painfully exposed. That is where Chrisean's history with public scrutiny poured gasoline on the situation. Every parenting choice she makes is treated like a season finale clue, because viewers have watched years of breakups, reconciliations, paternity arguments, live stream chaos, public prayers, emotional crashes, and promises of a fresh start. Even neutral moments arrive carrying baggage from every previous controversy. When she packs a bag, people remember past travel drama. When Junior appears quiet, critics connect it to earlier concerns. When Blueface's name enters the room, the internet reaches for protective gear. This family cannot post a normal update without social media turning it into forensic television, But the story became genuinely explosive when Chrisean answered who would care for Junior during her trip. She said her son would be with her or with his dad, and that one little word "or" landed like a plot twist written 5 minutes before filming. There was no firm schedule, no confirmed handoff, and no clear explanation of whether Blueface had agreed, whether plans were changing, or whether Chrisean was simply listing possibilities. For an ordinary co-parenting situation, that uncertainty might sound routine. For Chrisean and Blueface, it sounded like somebody placed a lit firework inside a gasoline-powered group chat. Fans reacted strongly because Blueface has repeatedly disputed being Junior's biological father, even after moments where he appeared involved, affectionate, or willing to play a parental role. Publicly, he has moved between closeness and denial so often that nobody knows whether they are watching reconciliation, co-parenting, damage control, or another temporary peace treaty. Chrisean, meanwhile, has described conversations about moving forward for their little guy, only for the situation to become murky again. So when she suggested Junior could stay with his dad, viewers did not hear a childcare update. They heard a contradiction wearing sunglasses and trying to walk through security unnoticed, and because this is Chrisean and Blueface, the internet immediately asked the questions neither had answered clearly. Had Blueface actually agreed to take Junior, or was Chrisean speaking optimistically before the details were finalized? Would the arrangement happen privately, or would cameras appear the moment everybody needed proof? Was this a sign that Blueface's public denials did not match what happened behind closed doors, or another situation where Chrisean believed a plan existed until the last minute? The possibilities multiplied faster than Marvel timelines, and every theory came with a comment section lawyer confidently presenting feelings as sworn testimony. Meanwhile, Chrisean's defenders pushed back against the harshest criticism, pointing out that a few seconds of footage cannot summarize an entire day of parenting. They argued that children make unusual expressions, get tired, zone out, and react to noise without every moment becoming a medical emergency. They also noted that Chrisean has recently shown therapy exercises and spoken about progress, which clashes with the reaction host's sweeping claim that she does nothing for Junior's needs. That does not erase legitimate questions about consistency, travel planning, or what viewers saw, but it complicates the villain narrative. The truth refused to fit inside one angry caption. Her critics were not interested in complication because they saw the packing scene as part of a larger pattern of distraction. To them, Chrisean appeared more focused on clothes, live stream conversation, travel, and appearances than on calmly explaining Junior's care plan. They questioned why the arrangement with Blueface sounded uncertain and why something as important as childcare was discussed with the casual energy of choosing between 2 airport snacks. Their frustration was not only about one expression or one pair of shoes. It was about accumulated doubt. Every vague answer reopened an older argument about whether chaos keeps taking priority over structure. Then came the ugliest part of reaction culture. Speculation began outrunning the evidence. Some viewers questioned Chrisean's alertness, others made accusations about substances, and the reaction creator spoke as if facial expressions and room clutter could establish facts. That commentary may generate clicks, but it creates a dangerous fog where concern, insult, diagnosis, and rumor become indistinguishable. The responsible story was dramatic enough without inventing extra charges. Chrisean had shown a moment viewers found troubling, her travel plan sounded unsettled, and Blueface's role remained deeply contradictory. There was no need to turn guesswork into a courtroom verdict. By the end of the first wave, nobody received the one thing that could have quieted the chaos: a clear, confirmed explanation. Chrisean had not shown a completed handoff, Blueface had not publicly laid out the arrangement, and viewers were left arguing over a child's expression, a pile of shoes, and one uncertain sentence. What looked like simple travel preparation had exposed every fracture in this family's public story. Trust issues, paternity confusion, parenting scrutiny, and communication built entirely on cliffhangers. Just when the internet thought it had identified the scandal, the bigger question arrived. What happens if Blueface really does take Junior? If Blueface truly agreed to care for Junior, then this was no longer just a messy live stream. It became the strangest co-parenting crossover since reality television discovered reunion chairs. The same man who had publicly disputed paternity was now being presented as the possible person responsible for Chrisean's son while she traveled. And the internet reacted like somebody had announced a surprise WWE tag team. One side called it proof that Blueface's denials were performative, another called it wishful thinking from Chrisean, and everybody else waited for receipts. Suddenly, a childcare plan sounded more secretive than a Marvel post-credit scene. Reaction pages replayed the sentence until "with me or with his dad" became the internet's newest courtroom exhibit. People slowed it down, added captions, circled Chrisean's face. Then came the possibility that could rewrite the entire scandal. What if Blueface actually did take Junior during the trip and kept the arrangement off camera? That outcome would suggest the private relationship between these adults is more cooperative than their public warfare reveals. It would also force viewers to reconsider whether the paternity denials, insults, and distance are partly performance, punishment, or image management. But if no handoff happened, Chrisean's statement would look like another promise made before reality agreed. Either result carried consequences, and both threatened to expose which version of their story had been manufactured for public consumption. So the season did not end with an airport departure, a confirmed babysitter, or a neat apology under soft lighting. It ended with luggage waiting, viewers arguing, Blueface silent, and Chrisean's single word or still hanging over everything like a trapdoor. The revelation was not that the family remained chaotic. Everybody already knew that. It was that one private handoff could either prove hidden cooperation or detonate another public betrayal. Until someone shows what happened after the camera stopped. The next chapter is sitting behind that closed door, holding receipts and waiting for somebody to go live. Now be honest. Did Chrisean really have a solid plan for Junior? Or did the word or expose another last-minute situation waiting to collapse on livestream? Drop your verdict in the comments, because the internet has theories, Blueface has silence, and Junior's travel schedule somehow has more plot twists than an entire Zeus reunion. Was the concern fair? Was the footage overanalyzed? Or did viewers notice something Chrisean should have addressed immediately? And while you are choosing sides in this celebrity courtroom, smash that like button like it owes you money, stole your charger, and then denied the evidence with a straight face. Subscribe to Fame Floss before Blueface changes his story again, Chrisean goes live with another surprise update, or somebody family member appears in the comments carrying screenshots and unresolved anger. We are not missing the next chapter of this chaos. Turn on notifications, because the story is nowhere near finished, and one confirmed handoff could flip the entire narrative upside down. Until the receipts arrive, protect your peace, guard your group chats, and remember that fame may look flawless from far away, but up close, every crack tells a story. This is Fame Floss, where the spotlight is bright, the contradictions are louder, and the truth always leaves fingerprints.